So, let me get this straight. You and your friends are from a different world and are hoping that the princesses can use their magic to teleport you back home? Twilight asked Red Sniper. Yeah, that's what me and NG hope, at least. Twilight, Sniper, and the others were just coming into Ponyville. Some of the 10 residents were stray with the 9 Red members, and the Red team were trying to avoid looking back, but looking as peaceful as possible. Sniper caught up to Engineer, who was talking to Applejack. Hey, I hate to interrupt you, but what are we gonna do when they find out about what we do for a living? Because they're gonna find out sooner or later. Engineer looked at Sniper and said, I don't know, Sniper. I'm trying to plan that part out. For now, just be kind to every pony you see around here. Sniper just nodded once, but kept silent for the rest of the way to Twilight's house. When they got there, Red Team couldn't believe their eyes. They were looking at a giant tree that had balconies and parts of a house connected to it. This is your house, Twilight? Sniper asked in amazement. Well, the bottom part is the library. The top is where me and Spike live. Speaking of him, I need him to send a message to Princess Celestia for you guys. Twilight said that she then ran in and told Spike the message and explained why. Spike ran out to meet the newcomers, which scared him at first, but Fluttershy was able to calm him down quickly. The man smirked. A real dragon! I've never seen him before with my own eyes. As everyone went inside Twilight's house, Spike ran over to Twilight. They have a unique smell on them. A combination of ash and something else, but I'm not sure. Spike started to walk off, but then remembered something. Hey, Twilight, I forgot to tell you something. Twilight looked back at Spike. What is it, Spike? While we were gone, there were 2 big crates appeared in your room. Twilight was confused by this. Did Derpy mail them? Twilight asked. No, they were just there, Spike replied. Spies seemed to have overheard this conversation. What crates? Oh, nothing, Twilight stated. Just Spike said there were 2 big crates in my bedroom. Engineer got involved. Do you mind if we take a look at them? I got a feeling. Twilight responded. Oh no, go ahead. I'll show you the way. Engineer and Twilight went up to her room for a few minutes. Engineer came down with an excited look on his face. Hey fellas, come look what I found up here. The other 8 members of Red Team followed Engineer's voice. Until they got into Twilight's room, and they were shocked what they saw. Inside the 2 crates were 2 things. One had all their weapons, and the other were their hats. It's like Christmas morning, Sniper said with a chuckle as he put on his red issued t-shirts. With one favorite hat, the anger showed into the collar of the shirt. I must be dreaming, Spice said, excited as he put on his fedora. How did that stuff get here? Scout asked. Engineer laughed. I put our stuff in 2 crates, so nothing would have been teleported, but it must have been close enough to the teleporter, Engineer said. Well, at least we have something to remind us of home, Sniper said. Suddenly Spike's cheeks started to blow up. Is he alright, Twilight? Medic asked, worried. Then Spike threw up a piece of paper. Does that happen normally? Medic asked shortly after. Twilight nodded, saying, That happens often. That's how I receive letters from Princess Celestia. Twilight looked at the letter. It says, Dear Twilight, I am glad that you have figured out what have come into our world through the vortex. Princess Luna and I are coming to meet these 9 humans that you speak of. Sincerely, Princess Celestia. Twilight looked up at the Red Team. The 2 princesses are coming here to meet you all. Engineer, maybe she'll help us with our problem. How long would it take him? Asked Scout, who was looking for his Sandman in the crates. Well, she's coming back from her trip to Appaloosa, so my guess would be about 30 minutes. So we have time just to talk. Twilight said. Everyone was quiet for a while. Then a pink pony with a pink mane rustled into Twilight's house. Okay. Oh, Twilight. I finished taking care of Pumpkin and Pound Cake, so I'm ready to. She was looking at the 9 members of the Red Team, which were caught off guard by Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie started to float in midair, then dashed off. What in Roosevelt's good name was that? Soldier asked. That was Pinkie Pie, the pink pony I told you guys about on the way. Well, I said, why'd she dash off like that? Sniper asked. Twilight giggled. That just means she's going to throw you a party. Yeah, that's what she did for Twilight when she came here. Rabbit said. I hate to say it, but I hope you aren't around long enough to have a party, Scout said. As Scout finished the sentence, he saw what looked like a flying carriage through the sky. What the... was all that came out of Scout's mouth. Twilight looked at the same window he was. It's Princess Celestia. Come on, guys, Twilight said as she trotted out the door. Everyone else followed when the main six, or five, since Pinkie Pie was not there at the moment, and the red team got outside. They saw what looked like two ponies, except they were a Pegasus and a unicorn combined. Had longer legs and flowing manes. One was the bigger of the two. She had a white coat and flowing multicolored mane. The other was a purple coat with a blue-purple mane. The red team stared in awe as Princess Celestia said, So you are the 9 brave warriors that Twilight Sparkle tells me about. Engineer nodded. Yes, ma'am. Now, if Twilight gave you a full description of what we do, we'd be much obliged if you were to so kindly teleport us back to our home. Princess Celestia sighed. Honestly, I wish I could help, but I know nothing of your overworldly teleportation. Red team was devastated. Aw, man, Scout said sadly as Soldier put his hand on Scout's shoulder. But believe me, I'm going to try whatever I can to help you, Celestia said. We'd much appreciate it, mate, Sniper said. Oi, excuse me, lassie, but can you tell me what time it is? The man said. Well, it's 3 days until Nightmare Night, Princess Luna responded. Sniper looked at the sky. Sun's starting to go down. As day turned to night, Red Team heard an unfamiliar sound. Red Team and the ponies had heard numerous howling. Wolves howling. Is that? Soldier asked, a hint of fear in his voice. There were 3 things the soldier hated. The horseless, headless horsemen, hippies, and wild dogs. Those are timber wolves. They normally howl at nights close to Nightmare Night, Applejack said. Are they normally this close? Scout asked. No, that's strange, Twilight said. Sniper looked towards the direction of the howling was coming from. Everyone curiously looked at Sniper, and while he had a terrified face, Incoming! Before anyone could react, a wolf-like creature jumped on top off a roof and attacked Princess Luna. Take this! Soldier said as he hit the wolf creature with a shovel, killing it. Sister! Celestia exclaimed sharply. Move! Schnell! Medic yelled, reacting quickly to what he had seen numerous times. He aimed his medic gun at Luna and fired it up. Luna felt the raw energy flow through her body as her wounds were healed in a matter of seconds. Twilight and Celestia were bothered and amazed, amazed and shocked. How did you heal her so fast? Twilight asked, amazed at just what happened. My medigun, it can heal even the worst wounds. Sniper meanwhile was looking at the timber wolf. Someone get over here, he said. Applejack sprinted over. What is it? Sniper asked her. What is it? Sniper asked her. Why, it's a timber wolf, just like Granny Smith used to tell me in Apple Bloom. But they never looked like this. This timber wolf was a shadow black with red lines running across its body. It looks like some kind of demon dog, Scout commented. He then looked toward the town. Yo, there's more coming, and they're attacking the town and ponies, Scout exclaimed. Soldier's war instinct kicked in, and even though he was 90% war-loving and maniac, the other 9% was a military mastermind. That 10% kicked in first. Team, listen up! Medic, Heavy, you go into the front lines. Make sure you get that Uber charge ready, Doc. Yeah. Medic replied. Da! Heavy replied as well. Sniper, get on top of the best sniping spot you can find and cover Heavy and Medic. You got it, mate, Sniper said, keeping his cool. Scout, you get there and touch it and draw them into Heavy, Dimbleman, Pyro, and my fire. Gotcha, Scout replied. Engineer, find a good spot to set up a sentry with whatever metal you can find. Spy, protect him. Make sure none of those wolves attack him. But of course, Spy said. Alrighty then, Engineer said. You ponies can help however you can, but I would advise helping others find cover in safe havens. Soldier said with the ponies and two princesses. I can help Scout, Rainbow Dash said as she and Scout darted off. Little blue pony is just like Scout, Heavy said. You said it! Now let's go! Soldier said as he let out a war cry. I'll help Engineer, Applejack said as she went with Engineer and Spy. I'll help others get inside, Fluttershy said. An extreme wave of shock had come over her during Luna being attacked. I'll help her. We can use my boutique as a place for ponies to stay, Rarity said. All right, I'll go with the princesses and help others however I can, Twilight said. When Twilight and the princesses shook them to the core. Buildings in Ponyville were mostly destroyed. As I saw more of the demon dogs, a Scout named them. Heavy was mowing down demon dog after demon dog with Sasha, but there was literally hundreds of them. Soldier was hitting numerous wolves with his rocket launcher. You just got darted, you walking chair! Soldier exclaimed. Twilight looked around again and saw the red team fighting the demon dogs, ponies screaming and finding cover. And then she saw Rarity taking ponies into her boutique. What Twilight also saw, but Rarity didn't, was a demon dog about to attack her from behind. Rarity, look out! Twilight screamed frantically. Rarity turned around just as the demon dog pounced toward her. Twilight closed her eyes, expecting the worst to happen to Rarity. But then she opened her eyes and saw Rarity was still standing, and the demon dog was dead nearby. She wondered if Rarity had killed it, but then she saw that Sniper had saved her life. Sniper turned back towards the battle area as Sniper said a prayer of thanks. Rainbow Dash had been able to keep up with Scout the whole time, but he was faster than she thought. A lot faster. You run this fast all the time? Rainbow Dash asked as she tricked a couple demon ducks to chase her into Pyro's flame. I ain't even winded, Scout said with a laugh. Incoming! Scout said as he killed a demon dog with his force of nature. Thanks, Rainbow Dash said. Soldier, you needs a healing, Medic said as he turned his medigun on Soldier, who had just tore a demon dog in half. They are Timberwolves, after all. After Soldier was back up in tip-top shape, he thanked Medic and started blowing more demon dogs away. Soldier then heard a scream. Soldier turned his head and saw a gray Pegasus with a blonde mane. Her eyes were looking in different directions, as if she had an extreme lazy eye. There were two demon dogs attacking her. She had cuts all over her, and she wouldn't move. Soldier asked himself why didn't she get the hell out of there. But then he saw that she was protecting a young foal, and its eyes covered closed behind her. Soldier, having some heart for civilians, charged toward the two dogs. Why, you sissies ought to pick on a fighter, you scared, dishonorable maggots! The two wolves turned toward Soldier, but before they could react, Soldier had jumped on both of them with his trusty shovel. The gray pony watched in shock as she covered her foal with her wings, so that she could not see the brutality of a real soldier that Soldier was inflicting upon the two wolves. But they got some lucky bites and claws, but to no avail. They wounded the beast, but they could not kill him. As Derpy opened her eyes, she saw a strong, masculine newcomer with one leg propped on one of the dead corpses of the demon dogs. His clothes bloody and torn. Looking at her, Derpy looked back at her and her full savior and weakly said, Thank you, sir. You saved me and my foal's life. Soldier gave a simple nod and said, It's my duty, ma'am. Can you tell me who you are? I'm Derpy, Derpy replied, still shook up. Soldier called for a medic, who came over as fast as he could. Doonkopf! You should not have run off like that. You don't know the respawn machine here. We don't have the respawn machine here with us. Soldier breathed out. Sorry. Civilian in danger. Soldier said as medic healed him and Derpy. Thanks, Doc. Soldier said as he ran off. Soldier then turned back towards Derpy. Ma'am, Miss Rarity is taking ponies into her boutique for safe haven. I would advise you and your foal to go there. Derpy nodded and said, Thank you. Will I see you again sometime? Derpy asked. Soldier replied, Maybe. If this fighting ends soon, I'll look for you. Derpy nodded again and headed for Rarity's boutique. Soldier went back to the battlefield. Twilight observant deck. Sniper was picking off targets one by one as Twilight came into the house, so went upstairs to where he was. Twilight, what in blazes are you doing up here? Sniper asked, not looking away from his scope. How did you hear me over this battle? I heard the door open. I'm always listening for enemies that could attack from behind. Twilight was impressed that Sniper was able to hear that well. She then saw two wolves about to attack Demo Man and said, Sniper, those two wolves are about to attack Demo Man. She yelled in terror. Sniper didn't fire. He just aimed and watched them. Aren't you going to take him out? Twilight asked, shocked that he didn't do anything. Sniper just stayed still and said, I'm waiting for the right moment. A second later, Twilight watched him fire his sniper rifle, taking out both dogs at the same time. How did you... was all that Twilight managed to say. I anticipate their movement so that I could take them both out at once. It takes them mount quicker and saves me ammo. Sniper said calm and collective as he continued his sniping. Well, what is there I can do to help? Twilight asked Sniper. I've had trouble keeping an eye on Rarity's shop as well as my mates. So if you could go down there and protect her and the ponies inside, I'd much appreciate it, mate. Sniper said. Sure thing, Sniper, Twilight replied as she ran out. I better watch her back as she heads down there, Sniper said. Heavy was mowing down wave after wave of dogs. It's good time to run, cowards! Heavy roared as Sasha fired bullet after bullet into the body parts of the demon dogs. Doctor, is Sarge nearly ready? Heavy asked. 9, but it's almost there. It's at 80%, Medic replied. Very well, Heavy replied to Medic. Dimmerman came up to them, blowing up some demon dogs on his way. The things were starting to push them back, but these last ones seem to be a great bit stronger than the ones before. Applejack came up to them. Engineers wanting to know how many of them were left. We've been hit hard, but have returned just as hard, Applejack said. Tells them that these are the last ones, but they're hardest to kill since others, Medic said. Alrighty, Applejack said. Just then a demon dog jumped at Applejack. But she ducked just in time and kicked it in the face with her back hooves. Good shot, Orange Pony, Heavy said. Thank you, Applejack replied as she went off to tell Engineer what Medic said. Suddenly Sniper radioed in. These wankers aren't going down too easy. I'm going to get the machinima and add more firepower, Sniper said on the radio. Okay, we'll do our best while you're not available, Demoman replied. Princess Celestia and Luna, along with the others, came up to Heavy, Medic, and Demoman. We are going to have to work together to defeat these last ones, Princess Celestia said. Yeah, let's go, Soldier commanded. Everyone went to the final 4 demon dogs. They had gotten into a square to defend themselves, and they were doing well against the royal guard that had shown up a few minutes ago. When the others got there, Spy aimed his ambassador and fired 2 bullets into one of the demon dog's head. It seemed to do damage, but didn't kill it. The others joined in as well in the fight. One of the leader demon dogs jumped out and lashed at Applejack, but Engineer shot it with the Frontier Justice and just got a lucky critical hit to kill it. Thanks, Applejack said. No problem, Engineer said. Scout hit one of the wolves with his force of nature, dealing some damage to it. Then Rainbow Dash kicked it in the face for a combined effort as Soldier did the rest to destroy it. There's a dinger for you, Scout said. Ha ha, yeah, Rainbow Dash exclaimed. The third wolf was taken down by a combined effort of Celestia, Luna, and the guards. The last one, however, was stronger in strength than mind. I cannot use my powers against it, Luna said. Neither can I, Celestia said. This one here has dark magic than any of us others, said Ambush, one of the guards. Heavy stared at the dog. Doctor, now is time, Heavy barreled. Yeah, activating the charge. Medic yelled as he flipped the switch. felt the much-welcomed energy flow through his veins as he let out the Russians' most known fear yells, Yada! None of the ponies believed what they saw happen to Medic and Heavy. They were both glowing a reflective red, their eyes glowing yellow. What happened to them? Celestia asked the engineer. Well, you see, our Medic has this device surgically implanted into us that allows us to be what he calls ubercharged. When one of us is ubercharged, we go invincible and invulnerable. Amazing! Luna says she watched the ubercharged Heavy and Medic pour all of their ammo into the final dog. The dog tried to fight, but it couldn't do anything against the Heavy Medic team. The demon dog let out a final roar before it shattered into hundreds of dark pieces. Everything was silent for a moment, but then everyone started to cheer. They had won. We did it, Twilight said. Everyone cheered. Cheered each other and rallied, but Spy was looking around. What's wrong? Twilight asked. We won! Spy looked at her. I know, madam, but I do not see Sniper. Everyone stopped for a second and looked around for Sniper. Then they heard Sniper's voice on the engineer's radio. Sniper, is that you? Engineer asked as he answered by coughing and static. Yes, in here. I need to... Let's have a go, you bloody piker. Everyone had gathered around the engineer's radio. Now, Engineer, God Black, Demon in Twilight's house, need help as soon as possible. Holy cow! Ponies in the red team jumped at the sound of Sniper's blood-curdling scream of pain, and they all heard a wolf howl. The radio went to nothing but static. Oh my god, we gotta get to Twilight's house now! Scout said as he, Rainbow, and the others ran as fast as they could to Twilight's house. Fluttershy, go to Nurse Red Hot, Celestia told her. Be brave, my little pony. I have faith in you. Fluttershy nodded as she flew as fast as she could to get Nurse Redheart. Twilight's house, 3 minutes later. Everyone arrived at Twilight's house. It looked like a bomb had hit. There were broken windows, the door was shattered, and one of Twilight's deck had fallen off. Sweet Celestia, Twilight said with tears in her eyes. She ran to find Sniper. Everyone followed her, but they were all cautious once they entered the house. Parts of inside were wrecked, and they followed a bloodsher upstairs to Twilight's room. They saw a sickening sight. There were numerous dead bodies of demon dogs, along with blood all over the floor and walls. Mary, Mother of God, Engineer said as he saw the sight. Engineer couldn't hold back now. She threw up after seeing all the blood. Where's Sniper? Spy walked over to a certain area. This way, he said. I have seen Sniper's blood enough to know that this is his. Sniper. Spy said as he followed the trail. Everyone followed Spy until they got to an observation deck that had one of Twilight's telescopes on it. There! Rainbow Dash said, pointing her hoof at a corner of the wall. Sure enough, there was Sniper.
Hi, Wiki. What's wrong?
When they got a good look at Sniper, he was in terrible condition. His clothes were torn. He had scratches all over his legs and arms. He had a single claw mark on his face. It was going right over his right eye. Medic checked his eyes first. Both his eyes seemed to be alright, even though his face has claws. He still has a pulse, Medic said as he got out an old-fashioned first aid kit. Why not use your medigun? Luna asked. The only setback with my medigun is that it only works for so long. Normally when I respawn, the timer will reset, but I use that time during our battle. I have yet to let it reset. Medic said as he worked on Sniper's wounds. Nurse Redheart just came into the room. Princess says, I heard you needed my assistance. Oh my, she said as she saw Sniper's wounds. Medic saw Nurse. Good, I am in need of assistance, mein Fräulein. Medic said as Nurse Redheart came over. What can I do to help? Nurse Redheart asked. The other ponies were tending to their own wound, physical and mental, as they hoped Sniper hadn't left them. Here, Medic said, pointing to Sniper's left leg. Put pressure on his leg. Nurse Redheart did as Medic told her, with with precious precision, which impressed Medic. You must have a lot of training, Medic complimented. Well, I have been a nurse for a long time, Nurse Redheart said, blushing a little as she said that. Sniper started counting too. Bloody demons. Sniper said with a groan as he held his eye where he had a scar. Twilight immediately ran over to Sniper and hugged him, crying. Oh, we thought we lost you, Twilight said as she buried her head in his shoulder. Oh, I'm alright, mate. I've slept in corpses of water buffalo tougher than these wankers, Sniper said as he got up. Spy came over with Sniper's shades and his knife. The bushwhacker. I believe this is yours, Spy said as he handed them to him. Thanks, Spy. Sniper said as he put on his shades, which hid the scar that went over his right eye. I still got my eyes and my ears, which make me just as deadly as before, Sniper said. You are good. You are a real good soldier to be able to fight those things off on your own, Soldier said. Ah, piece of piss, Sniper said in his trademark low tone. As Medic's medigun, after it was sent, healed the scars on Sniper. Celestia looked towards the ponies that had gathered around Luna and herself. My ponies, the threat of these demon dogs is over. Everyone cheered as they realized they had won, but at a cost. I also give my deepest condolences to those who have lost a family member or friend, whether he or she was fighting those things, she said as she saw some ponies who looked like they had been crying for their lost loved ones. It must also ask you, these 9 creatures may not be from here, but they are heroes and have my highest regards, Celestia said as she looked towards the red team. Sniper noticed Spy blushing as she complimented them, but he was a professional and would save the making fun of him for later. So if I ask of all of you, can any pony give these 9 heroes a home until they can build their own? Surprisingly to Celestia and Luna, but not to the red team, no one offered at first. Then Derpy stepped forward. I can house Soldier, she said it. She looked at him. I feel I owe him for saving me and my little ditzy do. Soldier simply nodded with a smile on his face. He couldn't remember the last time a civilian said something good of him. I can house some people, Applejack said as she stepped forward. Twilight, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rarity stepped forward as had the same thing shortly after Applejack did. One by one, Celestia nodded and said, Thank you for your care. After just discussing it, Medic and Heavy would stay with Fluttershy. Engineer and Pyro would stay with Applejack. Soldier would stay with Derpy. Demo Man would stay with Pinkie. Scout would stay with Rainbow. Sniper would stay with Twilight. Not to mention cleanup, which Sniper agreed to help since he caused the mess. And Spy would stay with Rarity. As Celestia and Luna prepared to leave, Celestia turned towards the main 6. I fear the attack by the cursed Timberwolves is just beginning of something bigger. Be alert and do whatever you can to protect every pony. I trust Red Team after they helped save us, my sister, when she was hurt. So if something like this happens again, do not fight alone. They are trained warriors, and their help is greatly appreciated. The main 6 nodded and waved goodbye to Celestia and Luna. Well, all my party equipment is at my house, so we might as well celebrate our victory, Pinkie Pie said. The others cheered as Pinkie Pie ran off in seconds with her party equipment and set it all up. She always moved that fast? Sniper asked Twilight as Pyro lit the candles with his fingers, which excited Pinkie Pie. Yeah, always, Twilight said as her and Sniper watched the others go into the main square and celebrate their victory. Are you going to go to the party, or are you going to be a loner? Twilight asked Sniper. Sniper looked at her. Well, I'm always alone in battle, Sniper stated, but stopped as he saw Twilight look down, as if she wanted him to go to the party with her. Sniper coughed, getting her attention. But I think I'll join the others for the party. I got tomorrow anyway, Sniper said as he stroked Twilight's mane. Twilight smiled and said, What are you waiting for then? Sniper and Toilette walked towards the main square to get some muffins that Derpy had baked. The ever-free forest? Well, that didn't work, brother, said a female voice. There were two figures in a cave. They were both shaped like ponies. One had a body of a mare, about Princess Celestia's height, but was white and had a ghostly transparent mane and tail. Its face was frozen in a style of a theatric mask, one of terror. The other was a stallion that was the same height and that was completely in a dark shadow. It had no face, no blood, and only blood red eyes. Sister, didn't I say it would work? I didn't say it would work. I said I would do it, the Shadow Stallion said. I know, but I didn't expect it to work. The Ghost Mayor said. So, what do you think we should do now to try to get rid of the elements of harmony? The Shadow Stallion said. I'm not sure. I did not expect these 9 overworlders to come here. We should try to lure them along with the main 6 into the diamond caves and destroy them, the Ghost Mayor said with an evil laugh. Yes, and that should do it. That should do it, Shadow Stallion said, laughing with his sister. Equestria will fall when they face the full power of the Ghost Shadow.